All right. Hi, Beltadel here, pen name. I have written a poem that I've posted on my blog that you can see in the description. A and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it because I feel that to read your poem out the way you view it, or at least in the moment, because I'm not a great editor and stuff, so this is probably a filmed on my laptop and posted right away without much touched at all or nothing at all really. And so I think in the moment this is how I would read this poem, which is called, I don't know if it's still filming. Oh, like split screen with my camera. Ooh, ooh, that's bra. That's really bra. Ooh. I'll just put it down a little bit. I feel a bit exposed, is it? Oh my gosh. Are you getting what I'm getting, or am I the problem? Okay. I'll read it. Yes, right now. So, I should probably redo this, no? The poem is called Grassroots in Possession. Possession. I don't know why I was reading it possession, but it's possession. Bref. Grassroots in possession. I feel like feelings feel. Like grass grating against my feet, sleep titillating my spirit, leaving untouched a desire, a will for slumber to later rest. Simply feeling as feelings feel, explore the meanings of being that inhabit my skin, a meeting I'd yet to encounter, a marinade of sensations, ever so different yet familiar. In my body, my feelings reside. Inside out, I get to realize how much life is what they represent. From stomach aches to cold flashes, hate episodes, I certainly feel my feelings as they come and stay and become. Indeed, the words I feel as feelings feel are what they are. No extra, no less, no more. If in this world running is the only way to make it, let me stroll and fail my mission, as I've grown too accustomed to rushing and falling. Now, let's do a quick run through, quick little explaining, a bit like a combini. Combini? Not really, but just a quick little thing, right? So, grassroots in possession first, because I always write my poems before a name most of the time. Sometimes when I write songs, most of the time when I write songs, I have like a title I want it to be about, so I'll think of a title. But most of the time, in general, when I'm writing, I always write and then I choose the title, right? And the title "Grassroots in Possession" came to me at the end of this poem. More the grassroots part of it. I don't know, the word grassroots just came up to me, and I don't know if it was because I wrote grass grazing my skin or whatnot, but the word grassroot came to me, and I don't know, I just felt that it was very fitting, so I did a little research of what it meant, its meaning, right? And I felt, yeah, it fits the poem in a way, in an abstract way. And basically what grassroots means in the sense is, well, grassroots, one of its meaning is the basic a bit of society, right? So, oh man, this lighting is wow. Yeah, clock it. So basically, oh my gosh, because AI is everywhere now. Yeah, I look like Kukui. I hate that it's everywhere. Don't get me wrong, I really hate it. I think they should get rid of it. I think having the mode ER on the side is good, for people that want to use it, quick little search. But having it all the time everywhere is it's a waste. Yes, it is. But the meaning here is grassroots means the ordinary people in a society, community, or organization, rather than the leadership or elite. Right, the bottom-up approach where power, support, and action starts with everyday individuals at a local level, and I think this is very representative of my mindset and the way I think. Right, I'm a very we should all do our part type of person. Now, that has its problems, its inconveniences, and also its implications that don't really align with other ways of thinking that I share, and that people around me share, and I love talking about it and seeing from different perspectives. And as you can see, I'm very diverging, so we're gonna skip through that, and I'm gonna tell you why that, in my opinion, relates to my poem. So I think that relates to my poem because these feelings for me are very mundane thoughts, right? Mundane thoughts, and very self-aware thoughts as well. So it's about recognizing that you feel that way, and that's where the action works, because you're just an everyday person, right? You're just an everyday person thinking about how your feelings affect you, basically. And yeah, I think there's this kind of hierarchy, right, between the body and the mind, right? We can see it in society with the trade jobs, for example, physical jobs versus intellectual jobs. You could also say blue collar jobs versus white collar jobs, right? So I thought grassroots was very fitting. And now, why did I add in possession? Well, I added in possession. Why? Because it could have different meanings depending on how you understood the poem. Personally, the way I first saw it is, well, I'm in possession of me, right? I'm in possession of me. I control this. I drive the boat, basically. I drive the boat. So yes, that's the title. First, then we're gonna get into the poem, and the first line is, I feel like feelings feel. That's something I say a lot. It's very abstract, right? It's very abstract because sometimes I just don't know what to say. How do my feelings feel? That's the first thing I think. I feel like feelings feel. Now, what are the feelings? How do they feel? Why do they feel like that, etc.? I don't want to think about it. Most oftentimes than not, I don't want to think about it. I just feel like feelings feel, and I think that's completely okay and normal and fine. So I say it on the passing, and I don't know. Today I wanted to develop about it. I've written another poem that starts like this, but today I wanted to develop. What do those specific feelings that I'm feeling feel like, right? And the next line is like grass grazing against my feet. Now, why did I write that? Well, the feelings felt like that. What feelings? We don't have a name. We don't have a name. But I don't know. I was laying down and I just had this image of grass, quite literally grass, and then the feeling of just grazing past it. As you can see, as you realize if you take the time to read other ones of my poems, is that I talk a lot about this correlation body mind. It comes back in, I explore the meanings of being that inhabit my skin, being, meanings, thoughts, and feelings, and thoughts, feelings, and sensations. I think these are themes that come back a lot in my writing. My body, my feelings reside, yes. Yes, and then in the first stanza, the next line goes, sleep titillating my spirit, right? You have to understand that I am a very it's not hard for me to fall asleep, but sometimes it is hard for me to fall asleep, and especially in this moment where I was feeling kind of hot and cold, kind of tired but not really. It's kind of when I feel sad but not really, so I'm like, gosh, it's like I'm sad and I feel it in my body, like I generally feel it in my body. I'm sad, but I take a breath and I feel okay, everything's fine. Maybe I'm doing too much, and then I'm like, wait, I should feel better, I should engage in that better feeling. I'm okay, but it's quick to not be okay, so I don't know. And I often feel that hot and cold, those heat episodes, those cold flashes, and stomach aches and headaches and everything, right? And body aches. And so the line before that in the second stanza is, inside out I get to realize how much life is what they represent, they being my feelings that reside in my body. And yes, I think that took me a moment. It took me a moment to acknowledge that not only my thoughts, but the way I felt, I could not ignore it anymore, because I've ignored it long, and I didn't want to be this self-obsessed person about her feelings. Oh my gosh, feelings, it's all about your feelings. You're so self-obsessed. Yes, that's how I saw it. I didn't want to be like that. In me, I didn't want to be like that, and I was fighting with myself against that. But when I acknowledged that those feelings that I felt in my body generally affected me, and they were me, they were what I was going through, it kind of changed the way I thought, right? I needed a different approach. I needed to come into resolution with that, and I won't say I've come completely, but I'm definitely in the process. Like the next line, which is, I certainly feel my feelings as they come and stay and become. They come, they sit with me, and they transform differently, new, old, etc. And so, indeed, the words I feel as feelings feels are what they are. And I felt the need to say that, because that sentence, or not a sentence, but that phrase doesn't need much. It's quite literally that. As I feel like feelings feel. I feel as they feel. I don't know what they are. I don't know how they feel exactly. I can't tell you. But I feel them as they are, and I don't want to explain more. I don't want to go in detail. Sometimes you just don't want to go in detail, and that's what it is. No extra, no less, no more. Yeah. And then we have a little end pause. If in this world running is the only way to make it, let me stroll and fail my mission, as I've grown to accustomed to rushing and falling. Well, you could see that in those last three verses. That's actually the reason for the turmoil of feelings. I often feel personally that, and especially in Canada, everything goes fast. Everyone goes fast. Everything's rushed and everything's stressful. Nothing's calm and relaxed and chill, right? And then you feel like you can't be chill. Yeah, you gotta make money, and then nobody's gonna hire someone who's lazy and stuff. Implications numerous, and I think about that often. And I don't want to run. I don't want to rush. I'm tired. I'm tired of running and rushing. I just want to take a moment. And if that, leaves me in the dust, and I don't know, I end up dead, whatever, starved up, I don't know, then that's that. my mission being in this capitalist world to basically survive and succeed in a way that is make a shit ton of money and I don't know, get you a big house and workers and whatever. I don't want to run for that. I don't want to run. I want to do it passionately. I want to do it at my pace. I want my pace. I do. What's the point of being alive if I can't do what I want to do? Right? And of course you need to do what you need to do. But how are the needs, What are the needs? What are the needs? It's a good thing to establish. What you need. Yeah. Anyways, that was a breakdown of my poem. Thank you for listening. Okay. Bye.